In this video, we will explore how artificial intelligence can transform your workflows and automate contract management, saving you time and minimizing errors. With tight deadlines and the pressure to avoid errors, many real estate professionals struggle. So if you have multiple deals going at once, each with its own set of paperwork, then you need to unlock the power of AI to help with your contract management requirements. Welcome to day 25. Day 25 represents the first in the fourth theme in our series of 100-day sessions. And in theme 4, we'll be looking at streamlining transactions and operations. And today's session is about automating contract management and document generation in order to save you time and minimize errors. So what's this all about? Think about the real estate agent or the realtor who has 5 different property deals going at the same time. 2 buyers, 2 sellers, and 1 rental. How does this realtor manage all of the contracts, understanding all of the terms and all of the different conditions that have to be met within each contract, and think about the compliance? So right now they are managing somehow, but it's very inefficient and prone to error, and quite often the contract goes to the end solicitor or the solicitor on the other side and has to be returned for certain corrections to be made. But what if you had AI already pre-populated with the key compliance specific terms and conditions within your contract, and all you have to do is put in 4 or 5 different items that are unique to the condition or unique to the contract or the transaction that you're working on. Once you put that in, it goes into a system and out pops your contract, and your contract is valid. Now, if you follow that process, you'd realize that you can do not just 5 different contracts at the same time. If you're an agent, you can handle 50 different contracts because it's a machine that's producing everything on your behalf. So that's one less thing off your mind, frees you your time to focus on other aspects of your business. And get contract lawyers to review the final copy. So you're not paying them to draft the contract anymore. You're just paying them to review the contract that's already been generated. So let's go through and we'll talk about what contracts have to offer. So what are the problems? One is it's time consuming to do things the manual way. If you want to cross your I's, dot your T's, and look at every single clause in a contract, well, you're still welcome to do that. But right now it's pointless, because with AI, essentially what happens is a prompt is created behind the scenes that generates a contract to mirror the pre-agreed contract terms. Because a lot of these contracts tend to be repeats. It's just copy and paste, take one from the previous one, remove the name, remove the price, and remove the address, replace it with the new one, the most current one, and then reissue. Okay, that seems straightforward until you realize that if you have 50 to do, it's not so straightforward. It's error prone. And secondly, if the rules change or the law changes and you need to incorporate those new clauses into the new contracts, then you have a lawyer having to draft all of these things again and revalidating all of the clauses. But with AI, you can just put that in one time and say, okay, every new contract must contain this new clause that has been raised by the government or issued by the realtor body, and that's it. It's done once and for good. So there are slight time savings between you doing it, a lawyer doing it, and AI doing it. But most importantly, there are cost savings and there's a reduction in error. Lawyers do make mistakes. So it's the human element that we're trying to remove. Then secondly, it's also error prone because it's a repetitive task. And when it's repetitive, sometimes you could switch off, zone out, and it could lead to inconsistencies in the contracts that different clients are having to sign. So those are the problems, the top 3 problems. What are the solutions? Adopting AI. Using AI would increase your efficiency. You'll free up your time to focus on high value things. It reduces errors. It improves compliance, because once it's in the computer is not going to forget. It would always issue the contract with any updated compliance or any updated laws. And the experience for your customers is a lot more predictable, because as the realtor, you know that the contract contains everything that you want it to contain, and it's legally valid because a solicitor has already reviewed the copy prior to the one that AI generated. So all somebody has to do is just make sure that it contains all of the terms that a contract must contain, and that's just for final sign-off, but not to author a new contract. So, real world example, we have here a testimonial from somebody who's used the AI Assist feature in OneFlow, and they're essentially echoing the points that I've just made in the previous slide and proving that the AI functionality is actually saving time in the real world. So what she has said is it helps her speed up and be more efficient, and it gives her inspiration when writing specific clauses. So this is a lawyer who's also using AI. So it's not just down to you, the realtor. The experts in fields are also depending on AI to help them generate a better form of a contract that they would normally generate. So CLM, which is contract lifecycle management, is projected to grow an average of 11% every year through till 2030. What that means is more and more businesses will be adopting AI enhanced contract generation, and that would lead to speed ups, and that would lead to efficiencies. And if your company is not speeding up or becoming more efficient, guess what? Your competition probably is. So here are some examples of AIs, and there are many others. All you have to do is go on your favorite search engine and just put in contract AI generated contract tools, and then just watch the first page come up with about 30 different websites where this functionality or this feature is offered. And behind the scenes, what's essentially happening is you have the likes of ChatGPT bringing in the responses based on the prompt that's been delivered, specifically crafted for contract work. So it's not just a standard prompt that you can just query. There are contract specific prompts that you can generate for your contract needs. So I've demystified the tech a bit, just explaining what's happening behind the scenes. So as an example, there's the option of loading your contract or a contract into your large language model and asking it to extract key information. This is where you're getting the AI to read the contract and just tell you what is key, what's important, what you need to know. Any clauses that are negative or have negative sentiment, it will raise those. The positive sentiments, it will raise those depending on your instructions. And then you can also have a library within your AI solution that's just full of clauses that are expected to be in your pre-approved legal documents. So what that means is that when you come to generate a new contract, it would ensure that those clauses in the libraries are part of any new contract that you do generate, and that ensures that you don't forget anything or nothing is missed. And then the final thing is the dynamic document generation, and this will be based on user input. And once you've put in the information you've been requested to, then the AI would dynamically generate a customized contract using those clauses and formatting to meet the standards that are expected. So, are you ready to get started and take action with AI? I mean, the key thing to all of these sessions we're having is they are there to empower you and to give you the confidence you need to get started and get moving. AI generated contracts, get started with them, and then have someone at the back end that just reviews them to begin with. As your confidence builds, you can have less human intervention or less human involvement, and then free up the time that anyone that was tied up with contract work so that they can use that time elsewhere. So the steps you need to follow are: 1, identify your needs. Just pinpoint where in your workflow you could use the contract lifecycle management system. Choose the right tool. As I've shown you already, there's a multitude of different tools out there, so just pick the right one that suits your needs. And then here are some tips. So plan to have a smooth transition. So everyone in your business must know that you're moving to this new system. Train the team. Integrate the platform with your current systems. Don't just replace your systems, just integrate them and make it part of your current flow. And then establish clear approval processes. And this is where I keep touching on the human being involved. Don't just generate a contract, send it out. Get a human being involved to make sure that all the clauses are correct, they're worded correctly, typos are removed, and the grammar is correct and appropriate for the type of contract that you've requested. So here are the key takeaways. 1, AI automates repetitive tasks. I think we know that now, but somehow we don't always apply this particular aspect to everything within our business. So there are many aspects within your business, many components within your business where there are repetitive tasks, and AI can actually come in and free you a lot of time. And imagine applying AI in 5 different components in your business, and each one saves 20% in time. That's a very significant saving for any business. Secondly, AI minimizes errors because by the very nature, it's a computer, it's a machine, and it generates what you instruct it to generate. Unless you're using generative AI, which can have different text generated, but they would all be in the ballpark or very similar. And then the final thing is AI streamlines the contract process, leads to faster turnarounds, which is what we want. So here's my call to action. Don't wait. Explore AI contract automation solutions today. Don't wait till tomorrow, and take your first step towards being more efficient and less error prone. Who are we? We are AutoRead.ai. We automate real estate with AI. So we bring automation to your business. We streamline processes. We introduce AI where it makes sense. We build chatbots, custom GPTs, and custom knowledge bases. So if you want to join our wait list for an AI audit, send us an email, send it to uwa@autoread.ai, or visit our website and do reach out that way. Until next time, thank you for joining me today, and keep winning.